I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I'm in the cellar, so I guess my connection isn't that great down here. And I think I like said a whole bunch of shit, and nobody heard it. Hopefully, on the replay, everything I said will fucking still be there because I said a whole bunch of fucking shit about red bricks and all kinds of shit. And that was the last question that I was able to answer, and I think it cut me off. Fucking YouTube. I swear, I think, if they don't like what you're saying or something, they'll fucking cut your ass off. My cigarette is just screwing up right here. Awesome. Sorry about that, guys. And my furnace just kicked on, so it's probably really fucking noisy. That thing's loud as fuck. That's why I don't do videos in the cellar. But I had time tonight. So the last question I seen was about the red brick dust. And I covered that. I will say it real briefly again because maybe y'all didn't catch it. So we don't want red bricks from Lowe's, Home Depot, any of these new stores, new bricks. They're not real red bricks. They're just red on the outside. They're made of cement. You want clay bricks. So I said, try and find places where old buildings are being torn down or renovated, reconstructed, whatever you want to call it. You're usually going to find some old red clay brick pieces laying around, or even whole bricks that they've discarded because they won't reuse them. But don't buy them new ones. Don't buy new ones from hardware stores because they're not real red bricks. Okay. I think YouTube is like that too. Yeah, because I've seen it happen to other people too. People start speaking about shit. All of a sudden, they lose their fucking screen. Have you ever used Vesta powder? Call it Spirit Bug Bomb. I've not personally used it, but I've definitely heard of it. Yeah, I've actually contemplated getting some myself, but I can't really speak on it because I have not personally used it. But from what I've read and the ingredients I've seen go in it and the way it's blessed, it seems like good shit to me. I just never got around to getting any of it. Maybe old farmhouses have red brick too, or abandoned places. Yeah, like almost all the red bricks I have, I got a whole bunch of them from the haunted house that I work at every year. It's like a 1930 building downtown, and it has a cellar, a dirt cellar. You get your dirt, get your wood, and there's some red bricks, old clay red bricks laying down there too. So I got a big stack of them from down there. I'm stocked on red bricks for a while. Did you answer my question about the Mormon church? No, I didn't. The last question I answered was the red bricks. Find out where old brickyards and they were once used as well. I checked the last thing you were talking on was the house cleansing. So yeah, okay, well, I went over the red brick thing because I did say it. Just fucking cut me off. So we got through the house cleansing. I just covered the red bricks. What was the question on the Mormon church? I don't know much about Mormonism, but I will try and answer your question. I was cut off because of my language. No, it's probably more on what I'm talking about, the subject matter. Have you ever worked with servitor? Okay, so I covered that, but I guess y'all didn't hear it. No, I don't work with servitor type of spirits. When there's someone I want to work with, I make a deal with them. I'll make an arrangement. We'll make an agreement. We'll make a deal. Sometimes no deal can be reached, which is really frustrating. But I had mentioned, I hate repeating myself, but apparently y'all didn't hear it. Like I have a guy that I really wanted, and it took me a long time to find him. The cemetery was not easy to get to, and I got there, and he was like, no. I'm like, damn, it took me 2 hours back and forth with this guy in negotiation until he finally agreed to come work with me. And I was about to get really mad because like I said, it took me a long time to find him. The cemetery was a bitch to fucking get to, and I'm like, nah, I did all this, and you're not gonna fucking work with me. But servitors, no. I always make a deal. We make an agreement, an arrangement for payment. You know, whatever you're gonna do this, I'll give you this. You know, whatever. Servitors, no. Spirit House made me think of it, then cleanse. I've been in Penthurst. Yeah, I read that. Damn, y'all missed a lot of shit. You know, I've been to those places too. I grew up in Pennsylvania. They're big holiday or Halloween attractions. I live in the converted Mormon church apartment. It's haunted. I cleanse with Florida water. Any recommendations? Camper. Camper. And do a good cleansing floor wash, and then follow it up with like a protection floor wash. I also have a video, if you scroll down on my channel, about protection for doors and windows with the cascaria and the crosses and stuff. So go back on my channel and watch that video. So after you do the cleansing and the banishing and all the cleaning out stuff, you're going to want to protect it so nothing comes back in. So protection floor wash, floors and doors, windows, and cascaria. Good way to do that. Can you just burn camphor on a charcoal? Is it dangerous to people or animals or anything? No, it's not. Yes, you can just burn it on a charcoal. That's how we use it. And it's not dangerous to people or animals, but it will run them out. It runs everything out, living and dead. Nothing remains when you burn camphor. But it's basically the same kind of stuff that Vicks Vapor Rub's made out of. And, you know, you put it on your chest and you breathe it and it's good for you. And I think in extremely, extremely, extremely high concentrations, it's not healthy, or you could have some adverse reactions, but just burning a block of camphor, you know, a couple times a week or once a month or whatever is not going to harm anybody or anything. Camphor is actually a natural, there's a camphor tree. That's where it comes from. It comes from a tree. Camphor tree. It's a natural substance. It's not chemicals or like anything like that. Okay. 20 people. Where's everybody at? Marlene's back. Awesome. I don't know what the hell happened. It was either my subject matter or because I'm in the cellar. Well, y'all, there's probably about 20 minutes left till this candle's done and I am out of here. Hi, Dynasty Macario. Hello. Man, language is my kryptonite, y'all. It's so hard. I'm terrible at languages, God. Any more questions? Anybody? Got 19 of y'all in here. I'm telling y'all, get your questions in now because you come in my inbox with 500 questions. I'm going to charge you. Of course, you can't eat camphor. That's when it's dangerous. Yeah. Who would eat camphor? No, that's terrible. What's the difference between camphor and Crown Royal bluing balls? There's a huge difference. So the bluing balls are blue anil. We use a lot in the Spiritismo Cruzado. The color blue in general runs off spirits that are negative, but it's also attractive to them as well. So we use it, and it's kind of an oxymoron. It's kind of a contradiction, but because I know y'all have heard of bottle trees and use the blue bottles, and the spirits are attracted to it, and they get trapped in the bottle, and all this and that. But we also use it in Spiritismo Cruzado for our spiritual court and to bring in the good spirits. Blue is a very tranquil color. It's calming. It's peace. It's tranquility. And it's very attractive to spirits. Camphor On the other hand, no spirits like. It will run everything out. And I do mean everything, alive or dead. It will run them out. Big difference. Okay. Should I leave offering when I visit my ancestors? Yeah, you could. I don't see why not. I mean, even if you just leave some flowers. We often give flowers to our deceased relatives and the dead, and I definitely would go with some kind of offering. I go with some flowers, a little fucking shot bottle of rum or something. Cigar, leave that shit behind. Do you just soak herbs in oil to make conjure oils, or do you extract them from the herbs somehow first? So extraction from herbs would be where you get essential oils. And some people use essential oils in their conjure oils. Some people don't. I use them in some of my oils, but not a lot of them. And that's only for stuff where the herbs are really, really, really fucking hard to get for some reason, but the extracts are not. So that would be the difference. Conjure oils, 90% of people are just soaking the herbs in the oils. I do go through a process of like heating it up, but not boiling it. I just put it on a candle warmer or something for a week or two, and to really infuse those herbs, bring out, the qualities of the herbs, infuse the oil good, and then I'll sit it with my spirits for another 2 weeks to a month or whatever before I even test the shit. But extraction is more of along the lines of essential oils. And if you think back in the day, if you could even get your hand on some damn essential oils, because that's what was used in perfumes. Perfumes were very expensive, and only the very aristocratic, upper class, well-to-do people had access to perfumes and essential oils. So they're not really traditional thing used in conjure and root work because they weren't readily available to the poor people. We just use the straight up herb, root, whatever. I throw dirts in my oils. I give a fuck. Animal parts. Whatever they say need to go in there, that's what goes in there. Okay, you just soak her. Okay. Candle that go out, meaning. So you're working a candle and it puts itself out. Could mean a couple things. It could mean that there's a big ass block. So it's putting the candle out because the block is so big. It could mean that the spirits don't want you doing that fucking work, so they're gonna stop it and put it out. There's a couple things that can mean. I got a client candle back here right now that I've been working. It's been burning funky, and when I came down tonight, it had put itself out. And I also see in the work that there's a big block. As it's working, I can see that. So I have relit it, and it's still going. So we're going to see if we can burn that block away. If I come down tomorrow and it put itself out again, we're going to discard this work, and we're not going to finish it. Because either the block is too big, something else needs to be done to remove that block. A candle ain't going to do it. Or spirits don't want it to be done. But I did divination, which I always do before I did this light setting, and they said it was good. And they said this is what was needed. So we'll see what happens now. Any advice for someone who grew up in the Christian church but feels drawn to the occult? I've been this way since I was a kid. I've been researching for years, but not practicing. I mean, I don't know what kind of advice you want. I was the same way. I mean, most of us in America probably grew up the same way. We grew up in a Christian church. And at some point, we seen it was a bunch of malarkey and walked away from it. I grew up in a Christian church. I was in the choir. I went to Sunday school. I went to Bible camp. I did the church plays. I did all that shit. It was around the age of 8 years old that I was starting to see all the contradictions and a lot of the bullshit going on in the church, and I walked away from it. Even before then, I had my family traditions, and I personally was always drawn to occult and stuff. And like I said in previous videos, I did my first work at the age of 9 years old. I don't even know how I did it, what I did, or how I knew to do it, or what the fuck I was doing, but I did it and it worked. I don't know what other advice to give you. Because a lot of people that they go through the disdain for Christianity. They go through the phase where they want nothing to do with it, nothing to do with the church, nothing to do with Christianity. You go through that phase. I think everybody goes through that phase where they're running from the church. But then you come into conjure and root work and hoodoo and traditions, and it's steeped in it. So those are things that you have to heal and you have to face and you have to overcome. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of self work. And I posted a meme on my Facebook page tonight, and it was said something like, you buy a sage stick, and the next thing you know, 50 crystals later, and a bunch of candles, and 10 conjure oils, and now you're a witch. And I think that meme is everything that's wrong with the world. I think that meme is everything that's wrong in our community and our society. Buying things from Spencer's and Hot Topic and Botanicas and stocking them up and having a collection does not make you a witch. The work, it's so much more than that. It's so much more than the stuff you buy and the stuff you get at the stores. And even the work you do. It's so much more than that. It's so much self-healing and self-work, self-reflection that you got to do personally before you're even ready to do anything else. That has to be done first. And that's where everybody gets it wrong. They think magic is the quick fix, the quick answer, the fix all for every damn problem in their life. This is not fucking Harry Potter. It's not. It don't work that way. It's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. Voodoo jar with dolls inside. I don't know why you're just blurting out like weird things, Dynasty. I don't know what that means. Voodoo jar with dolls inside. What about it? What is a voodoo jar and a doll in it? Exactly, Marlene. I'm like, what's your point? Add bank dirt to my oil? Thought I was the only one that adds dirt. No, I add dirt to a lot of my oils. So a lot of people don't do that because they're commercial, and they want them to smell pretty, and everybody's gonna just love this scent, and they're just gonna love it and buy a whole bunch of it because it's pretty and it smells good. That ain't what it's about. It's about what's gonna fucking work. I had someone tonight was asking me about my road opener oil, and I told him straight up. I was like, "Look, man, this shit stinks. Like, it's like I make 2 oils that are rank as fuck." And road opener is one of them. Like, I open that bottle and my husband runs. He leaves the room. It's rank as fuck, but it works like a motherfucker. It ain't about pretty colors and pretty smells. It's about, does the shit fucking work? It's not all pretty glitter and flowers and all this bullshit. Do you think you need to learn from someone to learn bone throwing and hoodoo? Absolutely, you should have a mentor in bone throwing. That's a very intact and in-depth divination system. And there's actually a group on Facebook that's an excellent group, and it's just called Bone Throwing. That's the name of the group. I have a few elders in my tradition that are in that group. I have a couple friends who are in that group. I'm in the group. If you're interested in bone throwing, that's a good group to go to where you're going to start. Buying those things does not make you a witch. It makes you a broke witch with accessories. Hallelujah. For me, I left the church, but the saints never left me. You got to work with what you were born with first and foremost. Absolutely. Absolutely. And especially coming back with ancestors. Because you know damn well that's what your ancestors practiced, and that's what they believed. And half of my fucking ancestors are Italian. Roman Catholic fucking Italian. I got fucking St. Francis and all that shit. So. You better come to terms with it, and you better do that healing. For me, oh, I read that one. Preach on the preacher. Minister to yourself. Do you have to practice in a group, or can you do this on solitary? So it depends on what you're doing. If you're talking about, just conjure, root work, stuff like that, absolutely you can do it on your own. When it comes to traditions, especially the African traditional religions and the Cubano traditions, like Espiritismo Cruzado and these type of traditions, community is everything. Kanda, Wenda. Community is everything in these traditions, and everything we do is for the community. So if you want to be solitary, these are not paths that you want to look at. That stank will open all doors. I'm telling you, blow them off the fucking hinges. Everything gonna run, including your obstacles. Because y'all know, I don't know, anybody that ever got real deal fucking Aberrant Camino, it's some stinky ass shit. It's a stanky ass fucking herb. So that's like one part of lending the stank to the oil, but there's some other stuff in there too that just woo. Smell like some month-old fucking rotten eggs in a trash can, man. I'm telling you, shit is rank, but it works. Makes a lot of sense. I'm from East Tennessee. My ancestors are from Appalachia. I wholeheartedly believe my family has always had magical blood running through it. Appalachia's full of it. They just all died before they could teach me. Yep. But see, they're still there. They're still in your blood, still in the DNA, so you're carrying that shit inside you. And you can still communicate and connect with them. Oh, little ass candles taking forever. Yeah. My cigarette is I'm just occupied over here. I'm trying to cigarette. This damn thing, I strip it like all the time because I screw this on too fucking tight, and I strip it, and it won't fucking stay on there, and I get frustrated, and I gotta get a new one. I think I got it. I didn't get it. You love my head wrap? Oh, this thing's old as fuck. Aberrant Camino stinky for sure. Absolutely. And that's just one thing in there that stinks. I'm telling you, when I see other people's road openers and shit, and they smell good, and they're all pretty, like, ain't nothing in there that's gonna fucking work. I know that in hoodoo isn't a religion, but the root workers have any special belief for the afterlife. What happens to the ancestors who are in hell? So it depends on your culture. Like I said, root work and conjure, and that is generally African in its roots. And all the African traditions and religions don't believe in a hell. They don't really believe in a heaven either. There's just a hall of ancestors and afterlife, and almost all of them hold the belief that ancestors reincarnate, and they reincarnate through their bloodline, through us, through their DNA. So I know there's been a meme I've seen a few times where it's an old man, and he's holding a baby, like a really old man, and he's holding a baby, and it says ancestor soon to leave, ancestor returned. And that's basically the belief in most ATR traditions. Now, when it comes to American hoodoo that's fully Christianized and all that, I'm not too familiar with their afterlife beliefs, if they believe in the hell and the heaven and all that stuff. But most these traditions hold true, and a lot believe that ancestors are actually the stars, that's where we come from and that's where we go, and to come back, and everything like that. Every star up there is an ancestor. This thing. I'm frustrated. Fuck you, thing. That means I'm gonna sit here all night and my damn cigarette ain't gonna be fucking working. In South, down here, with Christian background, you work with ancestors in heaven or hell, but it will dictate left or right-handed work. I mean, that's quite possibly how it's done in the South. I haven't really been down there very much, but in my traditions, we work with all ancestors, and they're pretty much all equal per se. There are elevated ones. We do have ones that are like your main ancestor that guide you and are with you the strongest. But we're always working to elevate. We're always constantly, nonstop working to elevate our ancestors, our dead, and our spiritual court. Nonstop. Constantly. And even in our everyday, our actions and the way we act, the way we treat other people, what we do for our community, all of that reflects on our ancestors, whether it's going to elevate them or de-elevate them. It's all up to us and our actions and what we do. Besides the prayers and the candles and, all the other stuff we do to elevate them. Same here, yep. They're always with us. They walk with us, they walk within us, they walk beside us. Always there. And everything we do reflects on them. And it's kind of, I've seen movies, haughty-taughty, high society people, and they'll say, like, to their kids, they'll be like, you go out there and whatever you do reflects on me. It's pretty much the same deal. And the same thing's the same, if you join a tradition and you're in a house or an Ile or whatever, you are now a representative of that house, that Ile, that tradition, that path, that godparent, that you represent them now. So you got you got to really watch everything you say and do. And especially in my traditions, it's stressed on us that we even have to keep our thoughts in check and our thoughts balanced. Because the kind of spirits we work with, trying to listen on, I can't say too much. But the kind of spirits we work with, we don't necessarily have to go to them with a problem. You don't necessarily have to do some kind of work. If we think it, they hear it, they know it, because they're in us, with us, around us all the time. So, you're having an argument with your spouse and it gets out of control, you say some shit or you think some shit or you feel a certain way, the spirits might act on that. Even without you requesting it, even without you saying it, you just fucking think it. So we're always stressed to stay in balance. We're always stressed control at all times, even of our mind and our thoughts, which is hard. Really fucking hard. But that's the training we do. That's my father talking about our last name. Yes, and also if you are not representing well, your ancestors can decide to stop being helpful. Absolutely. All I ask for my ancestors is to pray for my family and I almost never ask them for nothing. What I mostly ask ancestors for is for guidance. I ask them every day for wisdom, for guidance, for clarity, for strength, for balance, for all this kind of stuff. But when it comes to like material shit or doing work with them or something like that, not very often. Not very often. It has been requested on certain things that I do a work with them and not anywhere else or with any other spirits or anything like that. And they get it fucking done when I do it. But I don't just do it willy-nilly. If they tell me, hey, you need to do this shit with us, there we go, then I'll do it. I'm Native American. Well, welcome, David Ledoux. Ledoux? I think I'm saying it right. Is the X silent? There's a field of energy all around us, unseen, is a larger field. We'll find that out that when we cross to the other right. Absolutely. Energy around us at all times. Our energy and other things. That's so true. Sometimes spirit will act upon our thoughts. It's hard to be disciplined, especially during the moment of stress and fret. Absolutely. And that's, another reason why I say I left all these Facebook groups. It's just bullshit, that drama bullshit that was going on in my brain. And I'm like, man, I don't even need that. I don't need these thoughts. I don't need to feel like this. I don't need any of that shit. Cut it the fuck out. Get fucking rid of it. But yeah, we're always cautioned about our emotions and our thoughts at all times. Shit we work with don't play, and they will act on it. If somebody hurts you, they hurt your feelings, you all fucking emotional about something, they gonna stand the fuck up. Even if you don't ask them to, even if it's just a fleeting fucking thing. I got to check my emotions even with my ancestors. Yeah, I mean, when I go, that's the only place I let some stuff out. And I usually just, this is how I'm feeling. And you gotta let it out. But I'm usually controlled enough to not mention any names. Don't mention any names. Just say this particular situation happened, and this is how I'm fucking feeling about it. And sometimes you just gotta cry your ass off. What do you think about disowning a brother? What ancestors think? Well, that's a hard one. That's blood. That's a relative. You guys share the same fucking DNA. You guys share the same fucking ancestor. It would have to be something very extreme. Like, for example, I have a friend whose sister is like the spawn of Satan. She's like literally like the evilest bitch ever. And she had to go through a lot of fucking shit before her ancestors gave her permission to kind of put some blocks there. It has to be really extreme. And even regardless, you're still always going to have that connection. No matter how many blocks you put up, no matter how many ties you sever, you're connected through your body, through your DNA, through your ancestry, and your blood. And a lot of us have toxic family members. I've actually, in the last couple months, I'm being forced to reconnect with some people that I thought were toxic relatives. But in that is the healing. We're all about healing over here. So through the reconnection and all that stuff, it's opening doors for healing. And if you close those doors and throw away the key, you're never going to be healed from it. And the other person's never going to be healed from it. The shit is not easy, y'all. It's not fucking throw some shit in a jar and burn a candle on it. These traditions are fucking hard, personal sacrifice, struggle, and work, and healing. And healing is fucking hard. Transformation and changes are fucking hard. Anyway, I digress. What do you think? Okay, the F-bombs, that's hard to control. My ancestors might be. See, language, I don't know about that. I fucking swear all the time. I don't get really yelled at for my my curse words or swearing or whatever. They never get on me about that. It's other things. It's emotions and thoughts. Okay, catch you next time. Hafram Moshi. What about toxic, evil half siblings? Still, again, even half blood, you're still blood. You're still carrying the DNA. Still fucking related, and there's no way in hell to cut that cord. You can't cut your fucking wrist and drain all your fucking blood out. And it's still gonna be in your fucking cells. It's still in your body. Can someone be Catholic and practice hoodoo? I pray my rosary before each time I do a work, and that candle's about out, y'all. Absolutely. Tons of Catholics. Tons of Catholics work hoodoo. That's where all the work with the saints and, all that stuff comes from. It's all Catholic. It's some nice little old sweet little church ladies that'll fucking bless your heart by day and curse your ass when they go home begging Jesus for you to fucking fail. Same. I swear all the time they have never been upset or offended by that. Yeah, they yell at me about cursing. Never had that. It's other stuff. So we're about done, guys. Might have like another 5 minutes. Any more questions? This candle's about out, and I'm out of here. It's working. My family are very strict, sadly. Have a good rest of the evening. You as well. And y'all have good holidays. I know I'm not going to do any more lives till after New Year's. So I hope everybody has a blessed holiday. I pray that none of your true feelings slip out at the dinner table. Get along, y'all. Get along with your fucking relatives. I seen something earlier on Instagram tonight, and it was like, the holidays, you force all these people with these crazy dynamics that have all this hidden trauma and all these feelings, and then you put them in a closed room with lots of alcohol. Yeah, holidays are hard for a lot of people. Why won't you do any more lives after New? No, I will do lives, but not probably. There won't be any more till after New Year's because I'm very busy. I'm only here right now because I was waiting on this shit to get done. I had some time to kill, but it's almost fucking done. I had work to do. I had to break out the real shit the other night. My spirit is like, fucking Dom Perignon. Fucking real? Dom Perignon, get this fucking work done. Absolutely. We don't fuck around over here. Grew up calling them novenas and remedies. Absolutely. That's what a light setting is. That's what a candle vigil is. That's what a setting of lights, a prayer candle, whatever you want to call it. It's a novena. And hoodoo is the saints, actual saints. I think I read somewhere that Santa Rita, the saints represent different spirits, hoodoo as well. In hoodoo, they are the actual saints. Yes. In some African traditions, there are synchronized other deities with saints, so they kind of hide behind them. But in hoodoo, it's the actual saints, it's actual Christianity, it's actual Catholicism, it's actual read the Bible and Psalm shit. Yeah. Does that mean you will never do another life? That's what I'm saying, y'all. I'm not doing any more till after New Year's, after the holidays are over. And we'll have some more, but not until then. I'm not going to stop, and it's out. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop helping people. I'm not going to stop answering your questions because, like I said, this is your chance to come in here and answer your questions. Get your questions answered. Ask me anything you want. If I have experience in it, I will answer it. If I don't, I can't help you. Do it now. Don't come in my inbox with 500 questions because you're going to pay for a consultation. Mary T, we called it novenas back home, but I'm from Spain. Yeah. I think novena is just Spanish for prayer, right? Prayer, novena. I said my language is horrible, but I believe that's correct. Hoodoo wasn't really said unless someone put a haint on you. A haint. You got a haint on you. Yep. Ninth novena, 9 days. Right. See, I knew that. I do fucking 9-day novenas. Languages is like my kryptonite. I'm terrible at them. Well, thank you, Eric, Adish. First, second, etc. The ninth is for the novena. Right. You are correct. Yep, it's a 9-day prayer that you do for each saint or whatever who you're working with. Yeah, so I got like 4 of them over here. I do back to back. You know, I finish one, I start the next one. I start the next one, then we'll go back to the beginning and do it all over again. Non-stop around here. So, okay, yeah, guys. So I still have the sale going on in the shop. I still have free shipping until the 25th. All orders, no minimum, ship free. You get 25% off your orders of $30 and more. Readings are excluded. You're not getting 25% off your reading. But everything else, any products in the shop are 25% off. That does include setting of lights, but readings are not included in that, simply because I have to kick back. I gotta kick back some of that to my godfather for giving me Licentia. So, plus he's helping me with a lot. So we can't do a discount on those. But yeah, that's going on all month. Just finished Juan Diego, Lady Luke, Social Justice. Awesome. I had a weird thing, man. I don't even know if I can talk about it. Me and a friend, you know, there was all them horrible fires out in California. It started early this year. And me and a friend got together. She lives out there. And she, you know, we both kind of knew that somebody started it was the first fire. I believe it was the car fire. Was that the first one? Or was it the campfire? I think the car fire was the first one. And we worked on that together to bring this guy to justice. She actually did a lot more of the work than I did. I just helped out a little bit. But within a week, I'm going to say a week and a half of doing that work, the guy was fucking found and charged and everything. And he was exactly what we pictured him, the way we were shown that he looked, his personality, his social standing, all that shit was exactly what we both were told and seen, and it was really cool. So we do these things for social justice and planetary justice and things like that, but I don't think too much is going to have to go down this year. I think this year, I think y'all are in for a surprise of the energies that are present in this coming year are pretty goddamn incredible. Let me give you a hint. I'll give you a little hint without saying too much. Y'all seen these earthquakes? They've been going on. There was one out in the middle of the ocean in between Africa and some island that started with an M. I don't think it was Malaysia. It was another island out there. It was like right in between the south coast of Africa and this other little island started with an M. I don't remember the name of it. There was an earthquake event that nobody felt, but it went around the globe. What are they called? What are the machines called that pick up earthquakes? Seismograph. Every seismograph around the globe on every country picked it up. It was way down in the fucking ocean. And 3 days, 5 days, a week or something after that set off, all of a sudden we had a huge earthquake in Alaska. Now they're starting to pop off in different places. This thing went around the fucking globe and nobody felt it. The only reason we know is because the seismographs picked it up. This is condoning to the energies of this year. This year is going to get shook the fuck up. The ground is going to shake. And lots of things are going to happen. And lots of changes and transformations are going to go on. Just a little clue what we got to look forward to. But that's why we really got to walk straight and narrow this year, you guys. We really got to. Everybody needs to walk straight and fucking narrow with the shit. There's the energies that are present. Can someone do magic with just prayer and faith with God and the ancestors and nothing that has to do with energy or fancy rituals? So everything is energy, David. Everything is energy. Everything. So can you do work without energy? Absolutely not. Can you do it without fancy rituals? Absolutely you can. We use certain things from nature, like we use herbs, we use sticks, we use dirt, we use rocks, we use all kinds of stuff that carry a certain energy that's going to lend that energy to what we want to happen. Can you do it with just prayer? I'm not going to say you can't, but your chances are much better if you're working in tune with the energy of the result that you want to happen. I think that's the best way to put it. Heard there was an earthquake in Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee. Beginner's protection, any advice? Carry Florida water in your bag at all times. All times. Never leave home without it. Spells to help kids in school. So I don't give out spells on this channel. You must be new here. I do not give out particular spells or spell work. If you want that stuff, go to them loop ass fucking bullshit Facebook groups. My feed is like way behind. I see comments before you even talk about the subjects. Alchemy seal most my folks Irish Catholic was wonderful. Mama has wonderful Florida water. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I put actual holy water in my Florida water too. If y'all didn't know, it has holy water in it, so the whole fucking shit's blessed. So, but we're gonna call this a night. The work is out. This other one is still lit. Thank fucking God. Palo Santo sticks and matches most of the time in my pocket. Yeah, Florida. You probably do better with Florida water. Shameless self promotion. Always. Shit. We got a fucking feed shit over here too. Getting y'all my time, my energy, my knowledge for fucking free. Yeah. What are you talking about, Dynasty? I don't know. He's asking for some fucking spells. I don't do that shit. Okay, so y'all have a great holiday. Like I said, don't let any of your true feelings slip out at the dinner table. Be blessed. Get these deals in the shop before they go. And like I said, readings are now available. Get them booked before I get booked fucking solid. You're going to be waiting a while for them. The live readings will hopefully be coming soon. Hopefully very soon I'll be able to do them on live chat like this, one-on-one or over the phone and stuff like that. But not yet. Baby steps. So yeah, everybody have a good holiday. Patron the shop. Visit me on Facebook, Primitive Roots Appalachian Conjure. Visit me on Instagram, Primitive Roots Conjure. The shop is primitiverootsconjure.com. Like, subscribe, and share. Everybody have a wonderful, blessed holiday.